So in vendor consignment process, as of now, we discussed about the goods issue and transfer posting. Okay. So as on today date, okay. So we created the consignment PO. Then we did the goods ship against the consignment PO. Okay. Then goods issue to the cost center. Okay. Then what we did, transfer posting. So hope you you understand about what is the difference between the transfer posting and goods issue, right? Is that clear? Transfer posting to my own stock, and the goods issue is to the cost center consumption purpose. Okay. So now whatever we as of now we withdraw the stock. So here we withdraw the some stock, and here also we withdraw the some stock. That means we transfer that to the my own ownership, transfer the ownership. So for these two, we need to do the settlement. Okay. So the settlement, the next step is settlement. So what settlement it is, like we call as a consignment settlement. Okay. So consignment settlement needs to be done. So generally in the P2P cycle, procurement to pay cycle, what process we are using generally? We are receiving the invoice, we are verifying the invoice, and we are releasing that for payment. But in this case, we don't need any invoice from the vendor because this stock already with us. Okay, we need to be paid a liability. Okay, the amount we need to pay once I consume the goods, or maybe when I just transfer to my ownership. These two cases I have to do the consignment. So the system automatically settlement will be rising for this kind of the goods issues and transfer posting. Okay, the system automatically rising the settlement. Okay, for this the process will be MRKO transaction code. MRKO transaction code. Okay, so what is the meaning of the MRKO? It is a transaction code to generate the settlement for the pending consignment settlements. Clear?
Like what we in normal process we pay against invoice.
Yes, against the invoice here, the settlement will be happened based on the what we withdraw the stock or what we transfer to the our ownership.
Yes, but then we are not while raising a PO, we are not mentioning the price on the PO.
Correct.
Then at
Uh-huh.
the time of consumption, the price factor has to come in picture somewhere.
Where it is from where it is coming?
That's what I wanted to know.
Hmm? So what is the purpose of the purchasing info record?
Yeah, purchasing info record, right?
So what is the purpose of the purchasing info record? We clearly mentioned this purchasing info record. The purchasing info record needs to be mandatory for the consignment process.
Yes.
Okay. So this master data needs to be maintained. Okay. So now yesterday we withdraw the stock some amount, some quantity, and some quantity of the transfer posting we did to the ownership. So now I'm planning to settle the amount.
1 second, Ravindra. So while we are transferring or while we are taking the ownership or while we are transferring the stock to the user level or to the user,
Mhm.
at that time we have to create purchasing info record.
Purchasing info record is a master data. We are not creating separately. It is the master data. So it
Okay.
is already created before you are doing the transactions.
Okay. Got it.
So please make sure that please prepare your topic what we covered. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm just going to the MRKO. Okay. So let's log into the system. So I'm going to the MRKO. MRKO is a consignment settlement, automatic consignment settlement. Okay. So go to MRKO transaction code. Then enter your company code and vendor and plant, whatever the information you have, you can enter that information. Then if you have the document date when you posted, or posting date when you have posted, or material document numbers if you have, you can enter those document numbers or dates. So I'm just entering that document date, yesterday date. Okay, I'm just going to the display. I'm not going to the settlement. First, I need to check that what are the pending it is there. Okay, so I'm just executing this one. Okay, so the dates, let's give the dates from 1 to, it is today is 27. Okay, so these two are, it is like it is created on 26th. Okay, today is 27. Okay, so 26th it is created. So 26th, there is a two document which is created. One document is which withdraw the 10,000 quantity, and one is the it is 10,000 quantity. So now if I just click on the document number, I can see that movement types, what movement types we are using. For this movement type is 201K. This is the consumption. And if I go to the second one, which is 626, can go to this is the 411K, the transfer posting to my own stock. Okay, clear? Is it clear? So now I need to be clear this amount, and I need to be clear this amount, because I just did the one transfer posting. So if you did multiple, suppose today I consumed 10 times, then 10 documents will display here. If I did 10 times I withdraw the stock, then 10 times I can be 2. Okay, so when what are the cases we can use the transfer posting to my own stock, and what are the cases we can use the consumption? What are the cases we can do the consumption? What are the cases we need to do the? So the consumption is like a someone requirement from internally. Okay, internally the team they're requesting for consumption. Okay, so that is like a utilization, direct utilization. You can say like direct utilization. Okay, but coming to the transfer to the own stock, when what cases we are doing? Suppose I need to sell this product to the customer. Okay, so I cannot directly sell from the this consignment stock, right? So I need to be take the ownership first, then I will be moved to the own stock. Okay, then I can sell this product to customer, right? So in this case also I can move the stock to the transfer posting to my own stock. This is the one case I can do. The other case is maybe the agreement was closed. Okay, my vendor is saying that he cannot wait for a long time, so he wants to be moved. He wants to be take it ownership and pay the amount. So in that case, again I'll just move to the one stock. Then I'll be paying the amount. Okay, so I will transfer. To my store location. My storage location own stock. Okay, clear? Did you got this point? Any
Yes.
questions here? Okay, so again now the prices and the information, everything it is coming from the info record.
1 second, Ravindra.
Yeah.
So the first document that is 625, we have used it for direct consumption. I mean, we have transferred it to the user. And the second document, we have just transferred that stock ownership to us, right?
Correct.
So we can internally allocate that stock to anyone. Anyone is asking, right?
And then that is a different process. If they want, they
Okay.
can do it.
Yeah.
Once it is getting to the my location own stock, you can do whatever you want to.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm just going to the settlement. Okay. So I'm just going to the settlement. I can do the payment now. I'm just executing that. Okay. Now there is no tax information. So if there is any tax information, it is not there, then you got a some error message. That means the system is not created any document here. So there is still information needed. So let's go to the info record. Maybe the tax code information is wrong. Maybe I'll just give you some other tax code. So what is the vendor it is? Will we go to here? What is the material number? 1000 and not this material rating, right? So this is different material. Okay, so what is the material number? 1017 and 1000 and 2000 is a partner. Then let's see.
Ravindra,
Yes.
so we info category we have not selected.
Still it is not selected. I'm just entering plant. I didn't enter.
Acha, plant is 001.
Yeah, I just need to enter. Not 001, 1100.
Okay.
So I will be entering 1100. Then I'll be selecting that. Go to change. Let's see. Okay, this is the price information. Then go to purchasing data. Okay, tax information I forgot. So let's see what tax code I can enter. Input tax. So if any information which is missing, then you will be getting the messages there. Okay, so this is what the information which is wrong. Okay, and those anything which is coming now. So now let's go back again. Okay, I'm just planning to do again settlement. Let's see if it is happen or not happen. Okay, so now the document was posted automatically. Okay, so document is created automatically, the payment is processed. Okay, so you can just click on this one, so you can see that. Okay, the consumer settlement was cleared for one there is one for 10,000 and another one is 10,000, and the vendor needs to be paid. I have to be paid the amount to this vendor. So this is the credit and this is the debit. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so here also I can generate the printout. Okay, you can go see that. You can generate the printout here, KONS and this one. Okay, there you can take the printout and send the information to the vendor. So you can inform to the vendor, boss, this is what we paid. So this is the account document, and this is a clear. So you can check with the finance team to furtherly whether you if you not received any payments and all. Okay, so because vendor don't know, right? Vendor don't know whether this settlement is happen or not happen, right? So we need to be informed that after you just generated this one printout, and you can inform to the vendor, okay, to output and whatever the medium you have, just inform to that and say that okay, we process from our end. Okay, so that is what. So what is the transaction code to generate the output? MR91. Okay, MR91 is the transaction code to generate the output for what is the output? Which output it is? Consignment settlement, vendor consignment settlement output. Okay, vendor consignment settlement output. Okay, and the output type is here we are using that KONS. We are using KONS output type. Okay, so every process we have the one output type. So in this process we are using KONS for consignment settlement output. So if you want to create your own customization, you can do. Okay, so based on this output type only, okay, whether what you selected the messages and what you selected printer configuration and all, it will become clear. Any questions here? So you can also see the info record information here. Okay, you can also see the output here. Okay, if you want to be download this Excel file and send this one, you can download here. You can just click on this one it will be converted to Excel file. Clear?
Yeah.
So this is the way we need to do the settlement every time. Okay. So for the Excel format is not there. Okay. So this is the way the format like the process wise. So how much suppose you did today? Okay, I have 20,000 stock, which is consumer stock. Okay, and out of this 20,000 stock today, maybe I'm just consuming that 2023. I'm consuming that 100 pieces. Okay, and tomorrow if I'm just consuming that to again 2023, again I'm just consuming 200 pieces. So like you can do n number of times the consumption or transferring to your own stock, then you can pay the settlement on each day. The settlement can happen automatically every day. Okay, so you can do on, if you want to do every 1 hour you can process, or every 1 day you want to be processed, you can process, or if you want to be processed like weekly once, then you can do that.
But
Okay.
we have to set up, right?
How we have to set up that? What we have to set up? It is already standard. Okay, so no need to be set up, but you need to be run this program. Okay, so sometime what we'll do? There is a jobs will be there. Okay, if you requested to basis team, okay, basis team will run the job. Will run the job. So what it is done job, every 1 hour this program will run, or every 2 hours it will be run. So what are the time frame if you are giving? Maybe if you are every day you want one time you want to run, or maybe every week you want to be run this program. Okay, so then basis team what they will do, they will set up the time to run this program automatically. So you don't need to be run the MRKO manually as well. Okay, so if it is automatically they're done running that program, okay, what will be happen, the system on that time, okay, every day the system automatically running this MRKO program and checking that if anything which is needs to be done, it will be settling that amount. Okay, so manual intervention also not required for the MRKO. You can do automatic as well. Okay, so that is called background jobs. So background jobs are the one kind of the process. Background job is one kind of a process. The base system will run programs, whatever the programs you are fixing, what data you want to fix that program. So that those programs they are running in the background, and what time slot it is free, because if it is morning and afternoon, there are so many other transactions also which is happening at a time. If we are processing 10,000 documents, then the server might be slow. So what they will do, they will be designing like midnight or maybe night, maybe non-working hours. So that timing they will run. So everything it will be like most of the users are log off. So we don't have much pressure on the system. The system will perform automatically these settlements without any problem. Clear?
Yes, so we have to enter just quantity.
No, we don't. We are not entered any quantity, right? How? Why you want to enter the quantity?
No, to settle.
Why you want to enter the quantity? You already did the consumption, right? The consumption you did, and you maybe you are transferring to one ship, or your consumption is done. Based on that, the system automatically
Yeah,
taking the
yes.
documents. You don't need
Right,
to be entered.
right,
You are entering only date, right?
right.
So the system date it will take automatically. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a background jobs which is running. So okay, I'll show you this background jobs when we completed our other process, MM process. This is the general process background job. Okay, this we will discuss end of all the process when it is completed. Okay, so there are so many ways we are using this background jobs. Okay, if you want to be generate the reports, you can use the background job. If you want to be do the settlements, you can do the background jobs. If you want to be generate outputs, you can do the background jobs. So there is so many ways it is there. So it is common process for every module. So I will just explain that to when and after all the sections. Okay.
Background job means whatever happen in background, right?
It is the program will run automatically in the background. Whatever we are doing in manually, it okay. If you suggesting to the customer, no need to be run every time manually. If you want to be do this automatically in the background, then we will be scheduling the time and informing to the system to run the automatically in the background.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the consummation process. Any questions on the consummation process?
No.
Okay. So
Progress.
can I go on mute or someone? Yeah. Okay. So as on today date, we discussed about the procurement to pay cycle. Okay, and we discussed about the consummation process. So did you find anything difference in the consummation process and the procurement to pay process?
The standard PO process and consignment PO process, right?
Yeah. What you finding the difference here in the consummation process and the procurement to pay cycle process?
Yeah, in standard PO, payment is done in one shot.
Okay. No, we can do multiple times also. Why I need to do one time? Maybe I can write the multiple invoices as well.
Yes.
Then what else difference?
Purchase info record we are not generating here in standard PO, and we are generating in consignment process.
Oh, we can create a standard purchase info record also. I'm not saying that it's mandatory, but we can create.
Okay.
What else? So process wise, it's different. See, in the procurement to pay cycle process standard, we are receiving the invoice from the vendor. Based on the verification of the invoice, we are doing the settlement. But in this case, in the below consummation process, we are not receiving any invoice from the vendor because the stock already we received long back. Okay. So we are doing the consumption of the existing stock in my location, that is the vendor stock. Okay, then we are paying automatically settlements. So the process was completely different now. Okay, only it is like goods receipt and purchase order is matching, but other process was different.
Settlement procedure.
So settlement will be different, right? Here. Okay, so make sure that okay there must be difference in the P2P cycle and there must be difference in the consummation process. And you must be understand about the what accounting entries which is impacting when we are doing the standard procurement process and what accounting entries which is hitting at the time of consummation process. So this is very important. Okay. And when we talking about any process, okay, if it is inventory related, then you must be talk about the movement types. Okay, so movement types are very important. You need to be by heart these movement types and you need to be remember that what movement type it is coming for the your procedure. Okay, so in the P2P cycle, if you remember that P2P cycle, okay, we received a goods receipt, okay, with reference to PO. Okay, so there is a standard PO. This is a standard PO, not consummation PO. Okay, so reference to standard PO, the P2P cycle process. Then what will be happen? The movement type is 101. So we are not using any special stock here. So only 101 is the movement type. Okay, if I'm doing the goods receipt, if I'm doing the goods receipt with reference to consummation PO,
Not 1K.
PO it is 101K. Okay, so what is the difference here? By looking into the system, okay, in this 101K, we will be getting the material document number and accounting document number. Okay, but in the above below case, okay, we will not get any for 101K. We'll get material document number, but no accounting document. Okay, and in the above case, we are doing the MIRO. Okay, for invoice verification. to process the invoice. But in the below case, we are doing the MRKO settlement. So on what basis you are doing the settlement? So in the above case, in the invoice verification would be with reference to what stock we received, GR stock, right? So how much you received the stock, based on that you are verifying that. But in this case, you are verifying that settlement based on the goods issue and transfer posting. So you need to be do the consumption of stock from vendor consumption stock. Okay, so this will be the 201 K moment type. So here the material document will be generated and accounting document will be generated. Okay, then after consumption of the stock from the vendor consumption stock, okay, so if you need to be settle the amount, okay, you can do the consumption settlement. Okay, so consumption settlement will be happen in MRKO, not from MIRO. So there is a completely difference in the consumption process and standard process. Clear? And if you are doing any transfer posting to my own stock, okay, then in this case, what is the moment type? For 11K. Okay, so here also material document will be generated and accounting document will be generated. Okay, so here also we are doing the settlement for whatever the stock we have withdrawn the stock, that we are doing the settlement. So then what is the difference between the 201K and 411K? What is the difference between the 201K and 411K? Anyone have idea about that? What is the difference between the 201K and 411K? In the 201K,
Your end user is using that stock.
not end user. Why you are talking about end user? It is consumption. The word is consumption. He is not end user. He is software member.
Right.
He don't have any system.
Yes.
Okay. So don't talk as a end user or core team members. Leave it about end users. All people are end users only. You are also end user. Okay. You are operating. You are the user. That's all. Okay. Don't talk as a end user. So consumption will be happen for the department cost centers against the cost center. The cost center is nothing but like he is an internal team member. He is an internal company member. He is consuming that product. Okay. Say consumption. Consuming the product. So consuming is what do you mean by consumption? Anyone understand about that? What is the consumption? You are utilizing that product. You are utilizing product for the internal purpose. Okay, if HR department is there, HR department they are conducting some ceremony or maybe an Independence Day, then they need some stock. They are getting that stock from our inventory. So consumption, he is utilizing that product. Okay, so utilization is happen either in the multiple ways. It is not only for the cost center. Maybe production department also they can request, or process orders also they can request. Maintenance people also they can request. Any people, anyone can request that. If you have the stock, then they can request. Okay, so that is a consumption, and it is transfer posting to my own stock is nothing but like I can see stock in the my location after transferring to my own stock. So here the ownership will be changed. In the above also 201K and 411K, the ownership will be changed, and I can see the stock still in MMBE, even it is transferring to my own stock with my own stock. So that means it will not display in the vendor consumer stock. It will be displayed as my own stock. Clear? Clear? Any questions?
Yep. No.
Okay. So please make sure that understand that points here. Okay, so since here when we are doing the goods issue cost center, okay, the accounting entries will come. What accounting entries will come when you are doing the 201k? So what is the meaning of the 201k? So it is you are consuming the stock, right? So first always you need to be do the settlement. So the settlement account will come. First thing is settlement account will come, right? So then what else? You what you did, what process you did, consumption. So consumption account will come, right? So one is vendor consumption settlement account will come, and one is consumption account will come, right? So what it is? This is the GBB. When there is a consumption account, it is a GBB transaction inventory, and when it is a consumption settlement account, settlement clearance account, it is like
KON?
KON. Okay, it is a KON. And what you need to be clear? What amount you need to be clear? You need to be clear this amount, right? Consumption settlement account. So this is the credit. Okay, and this is the consumption account we already did. So debit it is. Okay. Now coming to this one, 411k. So what account is will come? What are the accounting entries will come? So transfer posting to my own stock. So what it is happening here? Once I get the stock, what is happening? Once I get the stock, what is happening? My location stock is increasing, right? Inventory account is increasing.
Material document generated.
No, that's completed. Material document, account document is completed. I'm just talking about the accounting entries. Okay. So here we're discussing about the accounting entries. Here also I'm just discussing about the accounting entries. So the first thing is accounting inventory account is updated because it is coming to my location. My own stock is moving. So valuator stock is updating to my location. So it is inventory account is updated. So inventory account means BSX. So BSX is debit because it is coming to my own. Then the consumer settlement is still it is the same because you still need to be clear to the consumer settlement. So that is a KOL. Clear? What is the BSX? What is the GBB? Did you understand what is the BSX and what is the GBB? So GBB is the consumption account and BSX is the inventory account, stock inventory account. When the stock it is coming to my location, valuated stock, it is if it is my own stock, then it is BSX will come. Clear? Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So procurement to pay cycle. So now this is completed, right? So let me P2P cycle again. So when I'm doing the P2P cycle, okay, I'm receiving the stock today. Okay, so what it is happening? If I am receiving the stock to the my inventory, what account it will come? Accounting interest. What accounting interest will come? What happened? Goods is if I receive the stock, what happened?
Quality check, distribution, allocation of stock.
No, I'm talking about the accounting interest. So accounting interest level, if I receive the stock, what happened? My inventory account is increased. Or right, my inventory account is increased. So the stock will be debit. Correct? Correct or wrong? So my account will be increased. So whenever there is a stock which is placing into my location, the accounting entry inventory account will come to the picture. Okay, if it is into the my store location, then what else? What else? So I completed the GR but still not completed invoice. So GR IR clearance account needs to be clear. So GR IR account, GR IR clearing account. Okay, that is needs to be clear. So that is credit. So that is a WRX. So this account will be cleared. When it will be cleared, when you are placing the invoice, this account will be cleared. When this will be cleared, consumer settlement, when you are placing the automatic settlement, MRKO, then this will be cleared. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any questions? So that is what I just discussed yesterday. Okay, that is what I just discussed yesterday. So when we are doing the goods ship, okay, when we are receiving the stock, all these points we discussed yesterday. Okay, clear? So you can see here in the top when we're discussing about that, what is the debit, what is the credit, okay, when it is like to consumption, what is the debit, what is the credit, okay. So please understood the process and just understood that what cases you will be getting the what transaction event key. That means what cases you are getting the what accounting interest. So this is the you need to be remember. So we have hardly 5 to 10 transaction event keys. Okay. So just need to be understand what transaction event key when it will come. That's all. Okay. If you understand the process, it is very easy. If you are getting the inventory account, then BSX account will be hitting. If you are it is a invoice needs to be clear. GR is completed, invoice needs to be clear. Then GRIR claim account which is coming, that is WRX. If it is consumption account, then GBB will come. Okay. So you need to be understand these points here. Clear? Any question here?
No.
Okay. So please read these two process, P2P cycle and Cayman process. So tomorrow I will ask the questions. Okay. Any other questions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. So please do the practice. Please read the topic points what we are discussing here. Okay. Then we'll discuss tomorrow some other new process. Okay. Okay. So I'm just stopping the class today. Okay.